Love the way you activate your hips and push your ass out. Got a nigga wanting this so bad I'm about to pass out. Wanna dig you, but I can't even lie about it, baby. Just alleviate your clothes. Time to fly about it. Catch you at the club. Oh shit, you gotta make. Hey, yep, hey. I probably was just staring off in space while I was rapping that too. Who knows? God damn it, who knows? I'm in this hot ass all black again. This time I got on that pink, you dig me? I think last time I had on Nike. Yeah, I think last time I had on that Nike, I got on that pink today with my uh I'm not affiliated, but I'm affiliated. You know. I'm not affiliated, but I'm affiliated. If you know what I mean. If you don't, then I don't care. Argue with your mama. So this is episode 20, I believe. I think this is episode 20, right, y'all? I think this is episode 20. This is episode 20. So for starters, I want to say you can catch me on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at TheReal_Taylor_Nicole. That's me. That's Big Dog. Okay, that's what you can catch me on. You dig me? Catch me on that. Yeah, today's episode 20, y'all. And you know, we about to have fun with this one. This is a classic right here. It's not a original classic, but it's a classic next to none. It's a classic, you know what I'm saying? At least to me it is. It's something I think I watch this movie at least every year, every other year, probably every year almost. This movie gets watched around this time, around these holiday season, these nuts. Get back. If you don't know where that line is from, then you don't know what movie I'm talking about off the jump. Or here go another one. Crunching on them balls in a one horse open sleigh. If you don't know what that's from, then you don't know what movie we're talking about today. And if you don't know what movie we're talking about today, then that means you got some movie watching to do this holiday season. We are talking about none other than Friday After Next. Let me hear you say it. Friday After Next. Okay? It's an Ice Cube movie if you don't know. It is one of 3 of the Friday movies. You got Friday, next Friday, then Friday After Next. And it ain't even a rumor. Cube haveth, meaning Ice Cube stated, there will eventually be another Friday movie. He just waiting on a green light from, I guess, the casting and whatnot. So, yeah, we supposed to be getting another Friday. And I'm for real. So we gonna see what happens. But anyway, like I said, this is Friday After Next. Running time on this movie is about 1 hour and 28 minutes long. It is written by Ice Cube, I believe. I didn't see that it said anybody else was on there, but also if you look at the credits, it'll tell you everybody who had a hand in writing. But we gonna give credit to the main man who started a Friday trilogy, Ice Cube. It is directed by a Marcus Roboy. You can do your own research about Mr. Roboy if you like. And you can catch this movie on Tubi, Amazon Prime, YouTube TV, and 2 other streaming services. I think Google Play and Fandango TV, Home TV. But the primary 3 that I know of is Tubi, Amazon Prime, and YouTube TV. I say YouTube TV, Apple TV. My bad, y'all. I'm over here messing up. I'm messing up already, y'all. Let me put the mic up here. That's probably why I'm messing up. Hold on. Let me get my hands free. Can you dig it? I had to get my hands free for y'all. But anyway, like I was saying, catch it on Amazon Prime, Tubi, and Apple TV. Catch it on those. Now, let's get it cracking. Cause this is, like I said, this is a good movie. This is one of them classics, black classics at least. You know, the Friday trilogy, all 3 of them are good movies. So I 100% believe, bar none, if the 4th Friday comes out, it's gonna be nothing but greatness. Cause all 3 of them are good. All 3 of them are good. Now, Y'all know how we like to do it, baby. We like to go down the character listing, and I don't necessarily need my computer to tell y'all these characters' names, but some of them I don't know they actual real name. I know their character that they play, so you will catch me look at the name just to make sure I say their name right. But we're gonna start off with no other than the Joneses. All right, we got Ice Cube as Craig Jones. Give him a round of applause. We got John Witherspoon as Willie Jones. Give him a round of applause. And then we got Anna Maria Horsford as Betty Jones. Give a round of applause. Now, before I move on to the next couple characters, did any of y'all ever know that her name was Betty Jones, or did y'all all used to just call her Mama Jones or Mrs. Jones? Because I don't think none of y'all knew her real name was Betty. Not until this movie came out. I feel like when hold on, I'll get to the scene in a minute, but it's the scene in the movie where Mr. Jones calls her by her name, and I bet you that's when a lot of y'all realized her name was Betty, because I guarantee none of y'all knew her name was Betty. I guarantee none of y'all. And if you did, then maybe you like me and you actually pay attention to movies. But anyway, let's keep it rolling. Then we got Mike Epps, who played Day Day, and also the old man that was in the movie. And yes, there was an old man in the movie that they dressed Mike Epps up to play as an old man, and we're gonna get to that. Then we got Don Curry as Uncle Elroy. I dumped sugar and got with her sister. That's how us players roll. What's her name? Sugar? I think it was Sugar Cookie. Yeah, because as kids. All right, so before I get to running down the rest of the characters, so in next Friday, Uncle Elroy was dating Sugar, and now he dating her sister, Cookie. Sugar Cookie. You get it? Y'all don't get it. It's okay. It's okay. Y'all don't get it. Anyway, I think her name was Sugar. Wasn't Kim Willie named Sugar? Yeah, Kim Willie name was Sugar. I was asking my other half over there that's playing the game. And then where was I? I was talking about Mr. Don Curry. Oh, then we got some more who plays Cookie. Sugar Cookie. Oh, sorry. When I get some rolling, it just don't stop. But anyway, then we got Cat Williams, who played Money Mike, Micro Mini Pimp. And then we got K.D. Bert as Donna. I think that's how you say her last name. Then we got Miss BB Drake as Miss Pearly. We got Terry Crews as Damon. We got Clifton Powell as Pinky. We got Ricky Smiley as Robert Santa Claus. I call him Crackhead Santa Claus throughout the entire movie. I don't care. To me, he looked like a little crackhead, but continue. Then we got Maz Japaroni as Molly. And then honorable mention to Miss Starletta DePoise as Sister Sarah. That's the characters. I'll probably just spend like 10 minutes going down characters all over Sugar Cookie. Hey, that's still funny to me. Because I never really thought about it until literally now. Now, that's one thing I never thought about is how he went from dating Sugar to dating Cookie. So if you put them together, you got Sugar Cookie. So he was dating Sugar Cookie. If he'd have been dating them at the same time, that'd have even been even funnier. Sugar Cookie. That'd have been. Boy, I cracked myself up. Well, anyway, as most people who have seen this movie already knows, the movie opens up with the robber Santa Claus robber, which is fucked up. He don't even have a real name in the movie. His name is Robert Santa Claus. Really? Y'all couldn't get that man a real name? Like Jamal, Jaquarius, John Von Aquarius, something. Y'all could have gave that man a name. We're gonna call him Ricky, because that's his real name, is Ricky. No, I'm just playing. We're gonna call him Crackhead Claus. So it opens up with him breaking in Craig and Day Day's apartment, and he in there stealing they shit. But before he's stealing, they get done packing up they shit, packing the bags. And y'all gonna catch me throwing little movie lines here and there, because I know this movie like the back of my hand. But I will occasionally look to make sure I'm not going off topic, so I'm not doing this podcast for like 30 years and shit like that, because I will go on and on and on. Anyway, so it opens up once again with um, robber, crackhead, Santa Claus, um, robbing them. And the funniest part in that entirety is when that fool was in the kitchen making a big ass sandwich and shit. He was in there making a sandwich while he robbing niggas. How you making a sandwich while you robbing niggas, bro? Like, you supposed to be robbing niggas and getting gone. He robbing niggas for presents and food. Like, nigga, rob them and leave. Don't rob them and eat a sandwich. Anyway, so he was in there making him a sandwich. Craig catches him making a sandwich. And they go to tussling. And they're throwing dude. Somehow, some way, Craig lets crackhead Santa Claus beat his ass with a Christmas tree. I don't know how he managed to let him whoop his ass to that Christmas tree and get out the house, but he did. And then, of course, they make a police report about they stolen stuff, and they in there lying about how he was in there whooping Santa Claus' ass, but Santa Claus managed to still get away. Like, nobody was believing that, bro. If you whooped his ass, Santa Claus wouldn't have got away. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. I digress. So when they get done making their little police report, I say they stick a plunger in his ass like they did. Anyway, told you I'm gonna be throwing random signs out there. I'm gonna be doing this podcast all night with the way this movie works. But anyway, so after they make that little police report, in comes Miss Pearly, and Miss Pearly, she a nosy old landlord lady that got the hots for Craig Daddy. Miss Pearly got the hots for Craig Daddy, and it's gross. Cause tell your fine daddy, I said I'd have punched her. But she come up there, she harassing about their money, that they rent money that they owe, and she threatened them with her son Damon. And Damon is big buff dude who just got out of the pen, and he on some fruity tooty booty stuff, and they know it, and they all scared of him. It's kind of like in Friday how Debo was the big man on campus because he was an ex-con. He was a scary neighborhood bully. Basically, almost the same thing with Damon. Damon's like this gay bully because at prison they make it seem like prison turned him that way. But anyway, so she threatened him with that or whatever the case may be, and then that's when she make that little flirting, tell. First of all, why would you tell somebody to tell their daddy who's married to hi? I ain't telling my daddy that. Nasty lady, you. But hey, later on, I can't do the James Brown in these pants. Happens, and they run into Damon. Damon basically let them know, like, y'all better come up with my mama's rent money, or we gonna get real acquainted. And by we, he meant they buns and his hot dog was gonna get real acquainted with them two. So they had a little interaction with him. Then they go to a strip mall that both of their fathers, because their fathers are brothers, and they went into business again. They got a barbecue called Bruh's Barbecue. Well, Craig's daddy, Mr. Jones, got them a job as mall security for the strip mall that is owned by Mr. Moley. Okay, so they go there. This is when we find out, or not find out. I'm sorry. This is when they get to the to the little shop, and I still don't get how you get a crackhead mixed up for your daddy. The crackhead skinnier than I don't know what, and Mr. Jones got some weight on him. But basically, Craig and they assumed that the crackhead that robbed them was a crackhead in there trying to rob their daddy now at the register. So they go in there and jump on Mr. Jones, and it causes a little chaotic thing. And then you hear Elroy and them come in like, what's going on? And Craig be lying. Him and Day Day, they both be lying. Because Craig lied on Day Day. Day Day was lying earlier about beating Mr. Crackhead, but then Craig had the nerve to lie on Day Day and say that Day Day ran in and jumped on the daddy. He did not. You did. You said, let's go beat him up. But nonetheless, Day Day get him back and like, oh, you want to lie on me? Somebody lie on you. He tell it, which technically Day Day didn't lie, actually, now that I think about it. Because Craig did let the crackhead steal their shit because he got beat up by him. Now, how you beat up Debo but can't beat up him is beyond me. I know crackheads got some strength, but they ain't got that kind of strength. Nonetheless, they they go back and forth, had this banter, and then Daddy, how do I look? Dun dun dun, like a damn snitch. That movie funny, y'all. If y'all ain't watched that movie, y'all need to. That movie funny, bro. Anyway, so Elroy makes a comment that Day Day and Craig must ain't heard about what happened to the last security guards. And Craig like, well, what the hell happened to the last security guards? Like, what you talking about? Pops over there like, shut your mouth. So they, end up going to go in there. And here's the thing. I'm gonna bring this scene up real quick. It's a scene when they in the back cooking because their mama out there on her feet again. So Willie then slapped the hell out of him and Elroy's mama. Slapped the pigeon-toed piss out of her, and scandalous. Slapped the pigeon-toed piss out of that woman. She slapped her so bad she done lost her memory. She don't remember who's who like that. Then tore her up. And Willie in there making potato salad. He putting all this goddamn salt in the potato. Don't nobody want all that salt in their potato salad, Willie. Elroy was right. That was way too much salt in that potato salad. But anyway, they argue and whatever the case may be. And then eventually, Willie takes Craig and Day over to Molly. And Molly pretty much, he meets them. They interact, blah, 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 blah. Bing, bada, bing. Molly's donut shop. Holy moly donut shop. Holy moly donut shop. Holy moly donut shop. Well, the Holy Moly donut shop got a fly problem. It's flies everywhere. And this nigga Willie said, give me a twister. Make it two. Hold the flies. So Molly shows them around the strip mall, which ain't much to really see. It's just a strip. It's just a strip mall. And he shows them, what they supposed to be doing, how they supposed to be maneuvering, whatever the case may be. And they having that conversation. Well, while they having that conversation, we then get to meet Donna and Money Mike. Their characters are introduced on the scene. And Molly basically tells them, like, he basically like this little miniature pimp dude, and that's his store, and whatever the case may be. He gives them a whole little backstory, but really, you can't really. It kind of if you got to listen to hear exactly what Molly be saying, because it kind of tunes out what Molly's talking about, because Craig is focused on Donna. Now, I just want to say this: if Money Mike is a pimp and Donna is his hoe, that means she's selling that thing to anybody, right? Because she ain't got no choice. That's her pimp. And the Johns that he bring is the Johns that she's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So if you know the history about a pimp and a hoe, then you know what that is. So my thing is, if Craig knew that, all Craig wanted was to get some slide in on Donna. That's what Craig wanted. Craig didn't. I don't think Craig. Hold on, I'm going off a tangent because I got to thinking about stuff. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I got off on a tangent. Let's wrap it. Let's go back to what I'm saying so we can wrap up this movie so I can start talking about how I really feel. Anyway, so they have their little, meet or whatever. At this point, they go into a little booth. They got a little booth, a itty bitty booth that ain't fit for two big ass grown men. But these two grown men are in this booth together, and they didn't like, I'm trying to wait on some action to pop off, and you got your feet all in my face, nigga, move. Like, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Let me. So, Day catches a group of old ladies singing Carolyn songs. Or is it Carol? I said Carolyn. I said Carolyn, my bad. Carol songs, like Carol. Is it Carolyn? I don't know, but y'all know the songs. Sorry if that's loud in your ear, but that's what happens, right? Because he goes and chases after the old ladies that's singing in front of the liquor store, and he told them old bras they gotta go. And one of the old ladies, Miss Starletta, Sister Sarah, should I say, she tell him like, "Oh, hold on, wait a minute, baby. Don't try me. Don't you try me. I am not the lady for it, okay? Cause she gonna go to church and she gonna pray for these niggas." And and they had a little interaction. Craig comes and snatches him up like, "Bro, you tripping? That's not how it's supposed to be." Well, he has two more encounters. One with a lady who's trying to go park her car to go to the check cashing place. I ain't heard no policy like that. Well, they like, "Give me your number, get the fuck step," and you know what I'm saying, that's the interaction he has next. Craig come over there and stop that interaction. Then the next interaction is him trying to mess with some kids. Craig like, "Bro, you tripping? Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Chill out. You tweaking." So, um, I told you I was gonna get to starting to telling y'all almost the whole movie. Let me get back on track. Oh yeah, so yeah, they went on his little power trip. He was messing with the old ladies. Then he's messing with the lady that was trying to park. Then he's messing with the kids. And then it cuts to Miss Pearlie and Damon. And Miss Pearlie going off and going to go sneaking in Day and Craig's apartment, snooping around looking for stuff. And Damon down there, little way you activate your hips and push your ass out. Got a nigga wanting this so bad, I'm about to pass. Gonna leave you, and I can't even lie about it, baby. Just alleviate your clothes, I'm trying to fly about it. Yeah, anyway, so he up there dancing and shaking his tailbone to that. And if y'all seen that dance on TikTok, then y'all know what I'm talking about. Then y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, that's not the actual dance that he do, because really all it is he Tupac, damn you fine, make him nigga wanna. That's what he do. Okay, and then he get up and he be shaking his little booty. That's what he get to doing. Okay, anyway, so that thing's going on, and then Miss Pearlie, like I said, she was in there snooping around in their apartment. She done snuck in their weed and got bitten in the ass by Chico. And what I want to know is, if she got bitten in the ass by Chico, did she ever go to the hospital after she got bitten in the ass? You know, they never said if she did or didn't. Because I always wondered that. Like, did she go to the hospital after she got bitten in the ass, or did she just, like, go home and patch up her wounds, or did he not even bite her that hard? See, that's the questions that I'm curious of. But anyway, after that, excuse me, I'm sorry. Craig ends up like, "All right, Dada, you tripping, bro. Like, you doing a little too much." And what was that? Oh, Craig, like, "You doing a little too much." So Craig pushes Day into like this little alleyway. And while he pushing him into the alleyway, pushing him into the alleyway, I mean, while he pushing him into the alleyway, they get to having a little cousin moment back there smoking weed or whatever. And then Elroy comes, scares the shit out of both of them with a bat, and they all started smoking. And Uncle Elroy gonna beat the shit out of them, cap like a motherfucker, because they end up getting robbed again by St. Nick. Well, really, Elroy and I believe Craig got robbed again by Santa Claus, because they didn't have nothing. They didn't have no money. He had no weed. He had nothing on him. But Craig had a couple dollars, and then Uncle Elroy got robbed for the rollie. Not my rollie. Robbed him for the rollie, y'all. Got him for the rollie stoley. And that's exactly what he said too. He said, "Not my rollie." He said, "Nah, it's a stoley. Give me the watch." Anyway, robbed the nigga for the rollie. They chasing him. Uncle Elroy chasing the crackhead. Craig chasing the crackhead. They go run and go get the popo. Or try to get the popo to get some help. They ain't listening to him. And after that little shenanigans took place, Elroy makes a police report about getting robbed by Santa Claus to the same officers who Craig and Day made a report to. Officer Aho and B Dix. That's that's what they called them, Officer Aho and B Dix. I never looked to see if that was really their names in the movie, but I just assumed it was. And what I'll do is, I'm gonna put the spelling, if that's really what their names were. I'm gonna put it in the spelling on the screen for y'all. Officer Aho and B Dix. Anyway, so while they're making their little police report, Craig over there making googly eyes at Donna, and that scene, they get done doing that little blah 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 blah. Craig goes over there to go holler at Donna. While he hollering at Donna, oh hating old Day just had to intervene. He had to let her know, "I seen you from across the room, and I just want to say, it's not your booty, it's your beauty." corniest line I ever heard, but it's the funniest thing. So while they having a little powwow, shiggity bow bow, um, oh, after they had a little conversation, um, two little shoplifters pull up, and Donna goes into the store to help the two little shoplifters. Well, while the little shoplifters is in there, the man fakes a seizure. The woman's, stealing clothes. Day Day and Craig catch him. They hook him up, but Day Day getting his ass whooped by the female. But I kind of see why, because honestly, ain't no man really trying to put their hands on a woman. So I feel like that's kind of why he was letting her kick his ass, because he wasn't trying to like punch her. But ain't no way he shouldn't have snatched her. I just would have snatched her up, hemmed her up, whatever. They get that settled and taken care of. They end up inviting Money Mike out to their kickback, is what we call it nowadays, their house party, whatever you want to call it. They invite him out and everything, and he like, bet, cool, pull up, whatever. While that's going on, Sister Sarah is telling her grandsons about the two Negroes that was harassing her, which was just Day Day. But now Craig is involved in Day Day's mess because he's security too. So, yo, Day Day ran so fast, bro. But before that actually happened, it's a scene where Willie and Elroy dress up. Willie's Santa Claus, Elroy is a deer, and Willie talking about some, let them kids pet on you. I put my foot down. I ain't letting no kids pet on me, and I ain't mad at him. I said the same thing, like, why you ain't dressed up as a reindeer? Why are you Santa Claus and I'm? That's how you can tell that Willie was older than Elroy and that Craig was older than Day Day, because they allowed them to bully them like they were little dudes. But anyway, so while that's going on, there's a scene where one of the kids kick Elroy in his junk, right? And after that happens is when Day Day and Craig see the Sister Sarah and her grandsons. They see her pointing, but here's the thing: before the camera even flashed back to Craig and Day Day was gone. Day Day was booking it, hot telling it up out of there. He wasn't waiting for no, I think that's them. Is that them? He knew that was them, and he took off. Okay, Craig still talking about something. Ain't that? Yes, fool, that's them. Run! It's two of y'all versus like 6, 7, 8 of them. Run! You still sitting here asking, is that them? So they end up getting chased by the little thugs or whatever. They run into Money Mike's establishment. Money Mike has Donna cold red, and basically she shows them out the way to the back. They end up on the top of the building. While they're on top of the building, they looking over and they see him, right? Well, they just so happen to look over again, but this time they leaning down. They see Molly. Man, Molly didn't got hit in the face because of Craig and Day Day. And the dude said, you remember what happened to the last two security guards? Remember Elroy asked them, did they know what happened to the last two security guards? So, to sum it up, the previous security guards before them got their ass beat by Sister Sarah's grandkids. Probably for harassing Grandma Sarah. It's probably why. But that's what happened to the previous security guards. It never says that's what happened to them, but that's what you would assume happened to them, is that they end up getting their ass whooped. And if they didn't get their ass whooped, then you know what else happened to them. Well, Molly, he didn't got bopped up, and Craig and Day Day like, oh man, they gonna say, you see what they just did to Molly? They gonna kick her ass when they see it. Craig like, shit, no the hell they not. They not catching us. So they take off their security uniforms and they go eat lunch while Molly getting a beating. Okay, they was eating while Molly was getting beating. Molly getting beat, they eating. Okay. Molly comes in there like, so y'all in here eating and I'm getting my ass whooped because of y'all. Okay, fire y'all. In hindsight, Molly, he was right but wrong. He was right to fire him, but he was also wrong at the same time. I would have fired him off impulse too, because I just got my ass whooped for something I didn't even do. I hired y'all for a reason. Why am I getting beat up because you don't know how to keep your mouth shut? So anyway, I kind of would fire him too. Thanks, Dodo. Now it's dirty. Well, after that happens, Uncle Willie, my nose is itching. I'm sorry, y'all. Uncle Willie snitches on Molly. He reports Molly to the health department and help me please, help me please. Molly had said that same line twice in the movie. Well, my computer didn't turn on. That's how I know I don't need it. um, where was I at? Oh, so now we get to the kickback, the house party. You know what I'm saying? They was all in there getting that groove on. What song was they playing? Did we ever hear what song they was playing? I don't even think we got to hear what song they was really playing. It could have been some just some instrumental type shit. Cause I don't remember hearing the song that they was playing. But nonetheless, that they up there kicking it, having a good time, and then this is when Damon's already there because Damon lives downstairs anyway, so he's already there. Then Pinky shows up. Pinky shows up with his how many hoes was it? Three. It was three hoes. Uh, it was Lollipop, the one with the fishnet outfit on, and then the one with the army fatigue pants. I don't even remember Lollipop's name because it stood out the most, but then was it? And Lollipop was the one with the pink on. If I could find their pictures, y'all might have seen them, so y'all can get a refresh of who was who if you ain't seen it in a while. Anyway, after Pinky shows up, him and Day had a little kumbaya. Then shortly after that, Money Mike and Donna shows up, right? And I told y'all Damon just got out of jail, so he on that booty bandit type shit. And and he see Money Mike and he like, who is that? And this fool Craig know goddamn well Damon was not talking about Donna. He gonna say some Donna and who the nigga she with. And he like, oh, that's Money Mike. And Damon like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. He nice and pretty and little too. That, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, on that booty bandit shit. On that booty bandit shit. Well, they had a little greetings, you know. Damon out here showing his testosterone in the room and whatever. Money Mike goes to the bathroom. Now, here's what throws me off about this movie. When Money Mike went to the bathroom, I'm still trying to figure out how in the flying fig Newton did nobody see Damon's big overgrown ass go in the bathroom after Money Mike? Because he went in there to try to essay Money Mike. That's what he went in there to try to do. And I feel like Craig and Donna them let him go in there to preoccupy their time because they was trying to commence some relations, if you ask me, is what I feel like was going on. Well, while that situation was happening, Craig tried to, get his groove on with Donna, but Day was like, no sir, not happening, not on my watch. He came in there cock blocking, whatever the case may be. They come out of the at a Craig's room to see his daddy in there banging on the door because he got to go poo poo. He got them bad guts, okay? And Craig's scandalous. Now Miss Pearlie just told you to tell your fine daddy. She said, "Aha!" And you sent him down there to Miss Pearlie. He was trying to set his daddy up on the low. He was trying to. He probably felt like that if his daddy went down there, his daddy would do him a favor and knock the dust off of Miss Pearlie's coochie, and then Miss Pearlie would leave him alone about the rent. That's what he was up to. He think he's slick. That's what he was up to. Bad idea. Well, while that's happening, um, Mike is in there knocked out from fainting because Damon came in there and scared the bejeebus out of Mike. And this weirdo throws a bucket of water on Money Mike, and he gonna say, "Did you pee on me?" And he gonna tell him, "Wake your bitch ass up, Lucky Charms. I like my fish wet and squirmy." What? Ew! Gross. So they fighting, they tussling, and he in there tussling with him or whatever. Now he didn't just try to take it while he was knocked out because, as you heard, he like him, alert, wet and squirmy. Ugh. Well, they in there tussling, and Money Mike grabs a set of pliers or wrench, whatever the hell you call it, and he right up in the groin, right up in there. Okay, so now they in there with some pliers to his junk, and he's Damon, are you a music lover? Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Nutcracker? Child, I ain't even got a pair, and that made me jump a little bit. Cause that just ooh. I know that had to hurt. But anyway, so while that's going on, we move downstairs to Willie at Pearlie's, and Pearlie got the lights down low, and she's setting the mood because she trying to get the dust knocked off that coochie, and she tell Mr. Jones, how much do you really love your boy, Mr. Willie Jones? He said, not enough to pay his own fucking rent. I'm having enough trouble paying my own goddamn rent. And she told him, she wasn't talking about no rent, Willie Jones. Well, what you talking about, Miss Pearlie? She was talking about them nuts. So she down there trying to sexually assault Mr. Jones. She trying to get him to having a fire. And Mrs. Jones, she like, your daddy been gone a long time. So she go down to Miss Pearlie's apartment, and I'm with Craig. You ain't right trying to get my daddy VD. Mama Jones ends up snatching Miss Pearlie ass up. Snatched her up like it wasn't nothing. Snatched her up like a bag of laundry. And sometimes you shouldn't be trying to put that hairy coochie on nobody else anyway. You know that man a married man trying to put that hairy coochie on that man. But anyway, it ends up with Money Mike walking outside with Damon by the balls, literally. And they had a little scene. One, on your balls. Two, grab a handful. And let's just say Money Mike ended up getting chased all through the neighborhood by Damon for that incident that he pulled. Well, before Craig and Day go back in to the apartment, they see the crackhead Santa Claus who been robbing niggas all goddamn week sneak off into an alleyway. Where they go pull up, they realize where he at, and they like, Craig like, my shit's in there, bro, so you can stay right here if you want to, but I'm gonna go get my shit. So they both end up going. They end up busting in the little house. It's storage shed. I don't even know what you want to call it, but they end up breaking in there, finding him in there, get the tussling. Craig get to beating his ass with a Christmas tree, but they all in the way because they don't know how to hold a nigga. And Craig just walk out with the Christmas tree, hitting both Day and crackhead Santa Claus. And Day like, nigga, you hitting me, chill. Like, you keep hitting me with the Christmas tree. Can you not? So somehow Santa Claus breaks free from Day. I think it's because Craig kept hitting with the tree, so he ended up letting him go, I think. And he ends up pushing Craig. Craig ends up hitting his head like on the wall or some shit. And this is why I say crackheads are strong, but they not this strong, bro. Because I'm about to run y'all through a series of what crackhead Santa Claus have been through. And you tell me at what point does the crack stop? And if you can argue with your mama, he's a crackhead. Because this is only some crackhead behavior type shit. Because a regular motherfucker would have just been like, nah, I tap out. So when he was trying to break free and run away, he tried to bust through the window that's boarded up. He hit his whole motherfucking shit on the boarded up window. Hit the ground. Do that shit right there, right? Shook it off, got up, breaks through the boarded window. Bust through that motherfucker. Climbed out. They went and chased after him. They chasing him all through, you know what I'm saying? And When he makes it out and he takes off running, he gets clotheslined by the clothes hanger. Okay, he get in the shit. He shakes that shit off and gets up. Now, that's 3 incidents already. The first one, he hit his head on the board of the window. Then he had to bust through the board of the window with his fist. And then he got clotheslined. That's 3 incidents so far. So he's running, right? He moving, grooving, all right? They then ran through this old man's yard. Now, the old man, who's played by Mike Epps, his character had, I believe, might have been robbed already, so he was already prepared to shoot a motherfucker. So when they was running through the neighborhood, old man shot a hole through the fence, right? When once you see Day Day and them, because the crackhead jumped over the fence, so they going over the fence after him, and old man shoots a hole through the fence twice, missing both Craig and Day Day, and then he shoots through it one more time, a third time, missing them again, and they chasing him. Subsequently, somehow they managed to run through Sister Sarah's house, right? So as they're running through Sister Sarah's house, chasing the crackhead dude, he manages to make it upstairs into Sister Sarah's grandson's man cave room, whatever you want to call it. They all up there chilling. Well, Craig and Day Day, while they was chasing him and trying to get to him, they end up getting beat up by the younger people, and the old man with pool sticks and all other kind of shit. Because like I said, they was chasing him through the house. So crackhead Santa Claus upstairs getting his ass whooped by Sister Sarah's grandsons. Right, they up there whipping his ass, and they throw him through the window. And Craig and Day Day trying to get out of the house. But while they getting beat up by the little niggas at the pool and shit, because they trying to get out. That's what they trying to do. But they getting beat up by the old man with the cane and the young niggas with the pool sticks. Oh, the old man from previously come busting through their door, shooting. So now everybody running, right? And Craig and Day trying to get out the front door. Old man still shooting. Wow, tearing the people's house up with that shotgun. Wow, shooting windows, shooting doors, shooting sculptures, shooting light fixtures. He in there. Wow. Well, Craig and Eddie still at the door trying to hurry up and get out. Like I said, crackhead Santa Claus was getting his ass whooped upstairs while this was going on. So they threw his ass out the window. And Craig and Eddie look through the thing and they look and see his ass got thrown out the window, right? Now that's incident number 4. Right? And you would think he done, he toast. This nigga get up again. He limping and he beat the fuck up, but he gets up again. And it's that adrenaline plus that crack. And he thinking he is, scot free. Pinky car come through, his limo driver come through and bang, hit his ass. And he now that stops him. Out of everything else he done been through, that's the one thing that puts him down, is getting hit by the car. That nigga got adrenaline junkie mentality, okay? It's the crack in him. Crack and adrenaline is what kept him going, apparently. And that the straw to break the camel's back was the car. That's what took him out. That's crazy. He went through all that other stuff, and the last thing that took him out was getting hit by a car. Craig and Data ended up catching him in the middle of the street. They had a little moment with him. So they tied his ass up and put him on the roof and left him there. And as far as they know, if he's still up there talking shit. That's pretty much how the movie goes and the movie ends. Now, in a nutshell, basically the movie is about 2 grown-ass men who just can't get their shit together. Can't keep a job. Can't get their shit together. Just can't. They just can't. That's what it is. It's a just can't ass group of niggas. Okay? And, they end up getting robbed, like I said in the beginning. They end up getting robbed by a crackhead. They go on these adventures to try to make money to pay their rent and also to get back at the crackhead for robbing them, basically. They try to go on adventures to get back at him. Like I said, they're spending adventures with trying to get rent money and then trying to catch him. Like, they're doing all kind of stuff. But the primary thing is, these fools are going through all these different events in a day span. This all happened in one day. This wasn't like today and then tomorrow. No, this all happened in one day. Imagine this eventful shit happening in one day. You almost get your ass kicked because your cousin can't keep his mouth shut. You get robbed by a crackhead, beat up by a crackhead, technically, or maybe not beat up, but you get put up. You go through some shit. What, because of a crackhead? You get you some coochie though, because he did eventually get him some coochie. That did happen. He did get him some coochie. But anyway, now things I noticed. Okay, like I said earlier, Craig and Daddy both some liars. Definitely some liars. Um, and then when Elroy and Willie was in the kitchen arguing, and Willie was like, "Why are you in so much competition with me? I can't help it. I look better than you do. Yeah, don't. I cook better than you do. Yeah, can't. My dick is bigger than yours." It was cold that night. What night was Elroy talking about? What night was you and your brother having your pieces out at the same time? What night? What night was Elroy referring to? We never got an answer to that. Ice Cube, if you ever see this, I want an answer to that. What night was Elroy and Willie talking about? Hmm? And this is just Minute Maid juice, y'all. This ain't no alcohol. Now, another thing. Day Day's character was a for show dick rider. Or as in today's term, a clout chaser. Definitely was, hands down. Argue with your mama. Day Day was a clout chaser. That's all. Clout chaser. That's it, that's all. Craig, he low key was a bully. He was a bully big cousin. And like Day said, he also was a bad influence. But why Craig always get the baddies? I know it's his movie, but why he always get the baddies? Why now? Day did in this movie. Day did end up with a you know with a baddie and a half because fishnet outfit wasn't really. But we're not gonna go that far. Um, I already said earlier about Money Mike being a pimp, so which therefore made Donna his, and she was, you know what I'm saying. So argue with your mama. Um, why did Craig throughout the movie? I was trying to figure out why Craig would always treat Day Day like he was a kid or something. Like I noticed that he always treated him like he was some little ass kid or something, punking him. But that was kind of Day Day fault too, because Day Day was a grown ass man. All Day Day had to do was nip that shit in the bud, and that shit could have been over with. Um, what? Why is it that when that old lady threw her shoe at Day Day, why she didn't go back and get her shoe? Why she leave her damn shoe? She threw her shoe at Day Day after she was gonna go to church to pray for these niggas. She threw her shoe at Day Day and left it. She didn't even go back for it, but she mysteriously had it back on her foot. Like we never seen her go back and get that shoe. Who went and got that shoe for Sister Sarah? Um, when Day Day and Craig was in the back having a conversation, and Craig and Day Day was like, "You a bad influence on my life." Like I said, Day Day was right. But did Ice Cube's character say that? Did Craig say, I'm the best damn cousin you got. I keep you safe. I keep you warm." Did that nigga say I keep you warm? I promise y'all that nigga said I keep you warm. I keep you warm. I keep you safe because you know how timid you be. I swear that's what Buddy said. I swear that's what Buddy said. And I could be wrong. But I swear that's what he said. I keep you warm. What you mean you keep him warm? What you doing? What you got going on? Little freak ass boy. When Elroy and them was getting robbed by Santa Claus, Elroy had a bat. Why the hell Elroy just didn't hit the nigga with the bat? Yeah, it's three of y'all. Yeah, he got a gun, or at least we think he got a gun. But where did he get the money to buy? Oh, maybe because he did rob Craig and Day Day for their rent money. So maybe he used the rent money to go buy a gun. But the point is, why nobody grabbed a bat? Especially Day Day. You was right close. You was closest to it. You could have grabbed it and popped him over the head. Santa Claus done for. But no, you sitting there crying, getting robbed like a punk. Um, if you paid closely attention, you would have noticed when the shoplifters got caught and Craig and they put them in the security booth, they was in there fighting low key. The shoplifters, they was in there fighting. And the female was whooping old boy's ass. I'm appalled. You ain't appalled. You a nigga to steal. Another little gem I noticed. Another little thing I noticed. In the movie, when they was having a little party, the party at the house, they had their grandma watching the kick in bucket. So where everybody was putting their money at. Now, why would you have her sit there and watch the bucket? Because if somebody take the money, she ain't gonna be able to tell you who took it. She don't even remember her grandkids. But they had her sitting there watching the bucket. Scandalous. Scandalous. Now, one thing I will point out is that you got two kinds of people. People who run at the sight of danger, people who sit there and ask stupid ass questions, or actually got three. And then another one who's about that action. In this movie, Day Day was flight. He took off. Craig was asking stupid questions before he took off. None of them, and it's surprising because Craig ain't quote unquote ain't afraid to fight. But he was afraid to fight, I guess. So sorry, my phone with the button. So I'm just curious why you were so big and bad to beat up Debo. You scared of a little short dude. That dude was like 4'11". You know what I'm saying? He was scared. He was scared. But Day was scared first because Day took off running. But why are you still sitting there asking questions and your cousin already ran off and left you? He low key slowed them down. Because had he started running as soon as Day started running, they would have never even been able to figure out which way they went. Because Day seen them, took off. He wasn't waiting for them to start chasing him. Craig waited for them to start chasing them before he ran off. When he shouldn't. He should have ran. Oh, here's another thing. This is an iconic scene in the movie. When Mr. Jones went down to Miss Pearlie's house or apartment to go use the bathroom, when she was trying to seduce him, while she pulled him on top of her, she was like, I heard they call you Sweet Dick Willie. Who told her that they call him Sweet Dick Willie? And most of these questions is for Ice Cube, because I'm curious, who told Miss Pearlie about him being a sweet, you know what I'm saying? Who told her that? Who told her that? Who told her that? I'm just curious of who told her that. That's all I want to know. Who told her that? But this is a good, like I said, this is a good movie. But it's a lot of unanswered questions about this movie that when you actually really watch it, you sitting there like, well, who did that or what? Especially if you like me, you want answers to some of these things. So if I ever get to meet Ice Cube in person, I'm asking these questions. Oh, I'm asking these questions because some of the stuff I need answers to. Okay, what night was Elroy and Willie talking about when it was cold that night? Did he say he kept Day warm? Okay, who told Pearlie that they called him Sweet Dick Willie? And why didn't he just take off running when Day took off running? That's all I want to know. Okay. And then too, why the crackhead gotta be so strong? Huh? What crackhead you know that strong? I know a couple. But nonetheless, it's always a good movie to watch around the holiday times, you know what I'm saying? You know, holiday vibes if you will. But I will say this. Craig was the villain. Argue with your mama. Craig was the villain. Let me tell you why Craig was the villain. Because Day life was just fine up until Craig showed up in Rancho Cucamonga, interrupting Day life. He got him fired from Pinky's. He got him fired from the security job. I mean, granted, he saved his life, though, for the security job, because if he'd have been out there by himself, they would have beat the brakes off of Day. But had he never messed up his job with Pinky's, he still would have had that job. So, but Craig was the villain. Because Craig was all about himself, low-key. Think about it. Everything he started doing from after getting robbed was to get with Donna. Nothing was about nobody else. He didn't care about no Day like that. Cousins or not. He was too busy trying to get laid. Okay. I mean, he did help him, but he low key was the villain. I don't care. Argue with your mama, but at the same time though, Day did run his mouth too much. Okay, Day ran his mouth too much, and Day actually is the reason why they got put in that situation with the gangsters. But other than that, it was Craig's fault that the crackhead got a chance to rob him because he knew Day is a heavy sleeper. So if you wasn't gonna be able to beat up that crackhead like you did Debo, then you shouldn't even went toe to toe. You should have picked up something to start whacking his ass with it. Who else was the villain? Oh, he's a villain too because once again, he knows for a fact that he's seen Damon walk in that bathroom after Money Mike. He know he's seen it. And then you set your daddy up. Okay, let me run down. Look, matter of fact, I'm about to before I let y'all go, I'm about to run down Craig's villainistic ways. Okay. Like I said, he got Day fired from Pinky's, right? And I know this is from a previous movie, but he got Day fired from Pinky's. Okay. He got the house got robbed. He couldn't win that. He couldn't win his wands. Okay. He couldn't win his wands. He almost fed Day to Damon, and he was gonna let Damon do something strange to Day if it came down to it. He wasn't gonna let nothing happen to him. So villain right there. Okay. Soon as he seen Donna, it was all about trying to get with Donna for him from that point on. So every little thing he did was to try to get her attention. Yes, Day was being a player hater. I give him that. Um, let's see. He jumped on his own daddy and then blamed Day for it when it was his fault. Uh, let's see. Where else was I at? What else did he do? Oh, he let Damon go in the bathroom with Money Mike because he seen it. Argue with your mama. He seen that happening. He just didn't care. And then he sent his daddy downstairs to Miss Pearlie, who got a thing for him, knowing Miss Pearlie was gonna try to get with his daddy. And like I said, all of it was to benefit him. Everything he did in the movie was to benefit Craig. It wasn't to benefit anybody else. It was to benefit Craig. Only thing that he did do that didn't benefit Craig was keeping Day from getting beat the hell up by the gangsters. But also they was gonna beat Craig up too. So once again, it was for him. Argue with your mama. Everything Craig did was really for him in the entire movie. Everybody else is a pawn in Craig's game. Argue with your mama. Say what you want, but it is what it is. It's been your girl, the real Nicole. Movie crew, I'm out this bitch. Movie crew, I'm out this bitch. See y'all later. Alligator. Peace out.
DOA. Should I tell you to use the football, Zoe? You got knocked the fuck out!